Everyone online acts like duplex investing is some cheat code to wealth. Buy a duplex, live for free, quit your job, passive income. And look, duplexes can be amazing investments, but the reality is a lot of these properties people are buying right now barely cash flow, or worse, they lose money every month. So today I want to break down a real duplex listing I found in Missouri, and we are going to analyze it together like actual investors. No fake guru math, no pretending maintenance doesn't exist, no pretending vacancies never happen. We're going to see if this property actually is a good deal. This is DIY Nader Tater, where we're all about investing, improving, and rehabbing real estate one project at a time. Today we're looking at a duplex listed for $269,000 in Warrensburg, Missouri. At first glance, it honestly looks pretty solid. Remodeled, big lot, good parking, decent curb appeal. And this is exactly the kind of listing newer investors fall in love with emotionally. But numbers matter more than emotions. This duplex was built in 1972. The listing talks about updated interiors, a spacious bedroom, low maintenance ownership, great investment opportunity. And honestly, every listing says that. I've never seen a listing say, this property might financially drain you. One thing I noticed immediately though, the listing barely talks about income. When a property is truly a strong investment, sellers usually highlight the rents hard. So that immediately put me on high alert. Now to be fair, duplexes can be fantastic investments. You get 2 income streams instead of 1. If one unit goes vacant, you still have income coming in. The duplexes are great for house hacking too. You live in one side and rent out the other. The strategy has helped a lot of people get started in real estate. But people hear good strategies and then assume every duplex is a good deal. That's just not true. So the first thing I wanted to know was, what does this actually rent for? I looked through rental comps nearby, and realistically, I think each side rents for about $750. So total gross rent is roughly $1,500 per month. That's where this deal started falling apart for me, because $1,500 gross rent on a $269,000 duplex is weak. And this is where beginner investors get trapped. They focus on the new flooring, paint, curb appeal, countertops, but ignore the income. And income is actually what determines whether a property builds wealth.
I want to abandon all financial responsibility and dump it in here.
A huge mistake beginner investors make is this: rent minus mortgage equals profit. That's fantasy math. You still have taxes, insurance, maintenance, vacancy, repairs, tenant turnover. And because this property was built in the 70s, you're dealing with aging systems too. One HVAC replacement, there goes your profit. One plumbing issue, gone. This is why experienced investors don't assume problems will happen. They expect them to. So let's estimate this realistically. Purchase price is $269,000. With a 20% down, you're financing around $215,000. And at today's rates, your mortgage payment alone is probably around $1,500 per month. And remember, the entire duplex only brings about $1,500 gross. So before taxes, insurance, maintenance, and vacancy, you're already basically breaking even. And once real expense hits, this property probably loses money every month. And that's the reality no one online wants to talk about. Cash flow is hard.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Don't cry.
So here's a quick framework investors use. It's called the 1% rule. A strong cash flow property should roughly generate 1% of the purchase price in monthly rent. So on a $269,000 property, you should ideally get $2,700 per month in rent. This duplex only brings around $1,500. So that's around 0.56%. And for the Midwest, that's weak. Now, could appreciation save the deal eventually? Maybe. But appreciation is speculation. Cash flow is math. So overall, do I think this duplex is a good deal? For strong cash flow? No. I personally think it's overpriced for the income it produces. Now, if somebody wanted to house hack it, maybe it still makes sense. But as a pure investment, I think the numbers are weak. And the biggest lesson here is this: never buy a property because it feels like an investment. Run the numbers, because pretty properties are still bad investments. And honestly, I'd rather buy an ugly property with strong cash flow than a beautiful property that quietly loses money every month. If you've enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to the channel and send me more listings to analyze. I'll see you guys in the next video.